everybody. Welcome to another great episode of Tommy Maroon Sports Show, episode number 218. My goodness, hard to believe I've been doing it for this long, but it's not hard to believe those Cleveland Cavaliers, and why not get to them right now because we can. Looking at the team leaders, one guy that's leading the Cavs in a lot of stats is Mr. Donovan Mitchell. You betcha. He leads them with 29.2 points per game, 10.4 rebounds. No, Evan Mobley leads them with 10.4 rebounds per game. But Donovan Mitchell does lead the Cavs with a 90.4% free throw percentage and and 2 steals per game. Isaac Okoro has 40% from three-point land, which leads the Cavs. Darius Garland has a 5.8 total assists per game. And Evan Mobley, 1.8 blocks per game. Time for the game recaps. Starting off with the Cavs against Pistons. Cavs won that thing. You see it right there by a score of 108-100. Detroit's not very good. They downgraded their logo. They downgraded their team. They downgraded everything from 20 years ago. Man, hard to believe they were a powerhouse 20 years ago now. Yeah, Darius Garland had 28 points. Evan Mobley, 18 points, 10 rebounds. Max Strus, 18 points and 7 rebounds. Meanwhile, Cade Cunningham for the Pistons had 20 points and 8 assists. Cavs led for almost the entire game. But the Pistons, that's right, Detroit had 12 more rebounds than the good old Cavaliers. Now time to look at the Cavs against the defending champion Denver Nuggets. The Cavs beat the Denver Nuggets and turned them into McNuggets, 121-109. Darius Garland, Mr. Garland, 26 points, 6 assists. And Craig Porter, 21 points for the Cavs. Meanwhile, Dean Wade and Evan Mobley had 10 points each. On Nikola Jokic, the superstar for the Denver Nuggets, had 18 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. And Michael Porter Jr., 21 points. Cavs left for almost the entire game, and each team had 5 blocks. Meanwhile, the in-season tournament continues tonight for the Cavs when they take on the Philadelphia 76ers. I know it's kind of confusing, but it's also what makes the NBA so distinct. It's in-season tournament. I believe it will be tonight. What is today's date? The 21st. There are 5 games. Apparently, and yep, it is indeed an in-season tournament game. What do the standings look like in the in-season tournament? Well, the Cavs are 1-1. They beat Detroit. They lost to the Pacers, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, lost to Indiana, then beat Detroit. Next is Philly, and then after that is Atlanta. Detroit is 0-3 in the in-season tournament. That's pretty bad. So are the Washington Wizards. So are the Memphis Grizzlies. And so are the San Antonio Spurs. My goodness. That is hard to believe, isn't it? What's also hard to believe is that Memphis is 3-10 on the season. Who would have thunk it at the beginning of the year? Minnesota's 10-3. We'll see if their players are going to take off their shirts and throw them into the stands like that meme. If they clinch the number 1 seed. If they hold on to the number 1 seed, because I'm unsure about that. Tommy's picks recap. Let's get right to that. Some high school football picks. The regional finals were a lot of fun, folks. St. Ed's trounced Medina. They were my lock of the week, 42-7. By the way, for high school and D3 football, I have stopped doing locks and upsets of the week because we're so deep in the season right now. Division 2, Region 5, Hoban beat Walsh 30-6. And Division 2 Region 6, unfortunately, our season came to an end last Friday night with a loss to Avon, who clinched their 6th region championship in the last 7 years, keeping their dynasty alive in Region 6 and ending what was a phenomenal season for us. 28-14. Still nothing to be ashamed of. I just feel really bad for those seniors who worked their hearts out all season long, all 4 years here at Highland, or whenever they came here, or really whenever they were playing varsity. I mean, they need to keep their heads up because that was just a great season. Division 2, Region 7, Massillon, Washington beat Greene 31-6. And then Chardon beat Ursuline in Division 3, Region 9. Chardon was my upset, 31-14. Toledo Central Catholic beat the Lights at Columbian 41-6. Canton South beat Struthers 35-13. Glenville beat Perkins 36-26. Perry beat South Range 32-0. Kirtland also shut out Mogador 42-0. Columbus Grove beat Bluffton, the only game I got wrong, 17-10, while Dalton beat Danville 31-8. Time for the Division 3 football playoffs first round. Wisconsin Lacrosse beat Morris 62-7. By the way, you may have noticed if you watched last week's episode that the bolded teams may be different. That's because I'm going off my bracket challenge that I did for D3Football.com. Aurora beat Co 20-7. Training beat Hardin Simmons by a score 20-6. North Central did North Central things, which was destroy Belhaven 65-0 in the playoffs. My goodness, they're on a crash course with the Evil Empire, which we'll get to in a minute. Wartburg beat Illinois College 49-14. Whitworth beat Chapman 42-28. And Wheaton beat Mount St. Joe's 41-34. Mount St. Joe's being my upset. Whitewater beat Bethel 42-14. It's also worth noting that North Central was my lock, if I'm not mistaken. Mount Union, unfortunately, won 56-14. And Alma beat DePaul 32-17. Cortland beat Endicott 23-17, which I think I mentioned. I don't know if I did or not. But I do know that Grove City beat Susquehanna 21-20. And Johns Hopkins beat Western Connecticut 62-20. Union beat Delaware Valley 24-16. And Ithaca beat Springfield by a final score 21-7, while Randolph-Macon beat Christopher Newport 28-20. Now it's time for the NFL. Yes, sir, another crazy week in the National Football League. Starting things off with the Thursday night game, which featured the Ravens and the Bengals. Joe Burrow is out for the year. Oh, man, poor Joe Burrow. He got hurt. He is down. He will hopefully be all right. But we'll see what happens next season. He's done for the year. That's all I know. And the Bengals' hopes and dreams of making the playoffs have just been dashed. 13-10 Ravens win. And then you have the Cowboys beat the Panthers 33-10. And Dustin Hopkins, how about Mr. Dustin Hopkins, leading the Browns to another win. We broke the Steelers' brains, us Browns fans. That's right, the Browns broke the Steelers' brains. Let me pull it up right here.
Dude, I think we broke him.
Like the episode where they think they killed Cartman and Kenny goes, Great episode. Oh man, he's going,
Someone said this crazy thing.
oh man, but also another thing is that I found leaked footage of the Steelers headquarters now. It's SpongeBob on fire. Let me show you. As you can tell, right, where is it? Right there. That's it. And my other meme, dude, I think we broke them. I'm not wrong. I'm 100% not wrong. And I have some Dustin Hopkins facts. Dustin Hopkins, a man who is 26 for 29 in the season so far kicking. He can make it from anywhere. I've written an entire Bible dedicated to Dustin Hopkins. It's at 457 facts. They're all true. Like the boogeyman checks his closet every night for Dustin Hopkins. Yes, I did Chuck Norris facts, but I replaced Chuck Norris with Dustin Hopkins. Dustin Hopkins' tears cure cancer. It's a shame he's never cried. His Speaking of crying, Dustin Hopkins did not cry after watching The Notebook. And he scored a 37 on his ACTs. Germ brands say they kill 99.9% of germs. Dustin Hopkins kills 100% of whatever he wants. And Dustin Hopkins eats meat so rare he only prefers unicorns. He plays Battleship with the U.S. Navy. Ooh, when Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, he had three missed phone calls from Dustin Hopkins. Yeah, Dustin Hopkins can do it all. I mean, this is the same guy who told Sully to land his plane on the Hudson River. I can only imagine how crazy of a conversation that must have been with the world-renowned pilot. But anyways, getting back to the action. Lions beat the Bears in a dramatic come-from-behind win, 31-26. It is the first time since 1962 that the Lions are 8-2 on the season. I'm telling you, it's going to be the end of the world. Packers beat the Chargers 23-20. Texans beat the Cardinals by a final score of 21-16. And the Jaguars beat the Titans 34-14. It was another Free Willy win. They beat the Raiders 20-13. Tyreek Hill having himself a fine season. Giants beat those commies 31-19. How did the Giants win? I don't know. But what I do know is that the 49ers are starting to get out of their old funk with a 27-14 win over the Buccaneers. Bills beat the Jets 32-6 in a revenge game. Rams just edged out a win over the Seahawks after the Seahawks kicker missed the game-winning kick. 17-16 was the final score. That would not have happened had they had Dustin Hopkins. I can guarantee you that. Broncos beat the Vikings 21-20 on Sunday night. They're no longer the Magic School Bus's lost episode, in my opinion. I think they're for real. Broncos country is actually riding. And the Eagles beat the Chiefs 21-17. Last week recap. In high school football, I was unbelievable. 11-1, 13 points. I'm 104-20 with 111 points in the playoffs. Which I know that the playoffs have been a little predictable this season, but still. D3 playoffs, I started off 13-3. In the NFL, I was a mediocre 7-for-7 with 8 points. We are at the home stretch of the season. I'm 95-71 on the campaign. Now it's time for Tommy's Picks, the moment you've all been waiting for. First things first, the state semifinals. Division 1, St. Ed's should beat Hilliard Bradley. St. Ed's a heavy favorite to win Division 1. And Springfield will play Moore. I got Archbishop Moore down in Cincinnati winning that. Division 2, I think that the two giants of Division 2 are going to win in Hoban and Massillon, Washington. They are set up for a crash course for a big game that will determine the Division 2 state championship. My goodness, that's hard to believe that Massillon has not won. I repeat, Massillon has not won since 1970. My goodness. My goodness. Chardon against Central Catholic, that'll be a good game. I'm thinking Central Catholic will win. They will take on Bishop Watterson in the Division 3 finals. Division 4, well, congratulations, Wadsworth. You're hosting a game. My goodness, that actually has to be really cool to host a state playoff game, especially this late in the state playoffs. Artwright Stadium hosting Cannon South against Glenville. I'm picking the Tarbutters to win that. They will most likely take on Archbishop Alter if they defeat Steubenville. Division 5, Perry over Harvest Prep and Valley View over Liberty Center. In Division 6, Kirtland beat Garraway and Columbus Grove will beat Versailles. Division 7, I have Dalton being Caldwell and Marion Local being Patrick Henry. Now time for Division 3 football. The round is 16, or the second round. La Crosse playing Aurora. I got La Crosse winning that one. That should be a good game. What won't be a good game is North Central Trinity, because North Central will probably destroy Trinity and go just burn everything that they loved about their football team. Wartburg will beat Whitworth. Whitewater over Whedon. Mount Union's going to also beat up on Alma. I'm telling you, it's going to be a rematch of last year's Stag Bowl. You watch, unfortunately. Grove City will beat Cortland on the road. Johns Hopkins, I think they'll beat Union. And Randolph-Macon will beat Ithaca. Now it's time for the NFL. That's right, we have not one, not two, but of course 3 Thanksgiving Day football games. Including the Lions against the Packers. I got the Detroit Lions. They'll go to 9-2. Let me look up the last time the Lions were 9-2. When was it? I know it's the first time since 1962. But still. Let me see. When else were they? Really, Dan Campbell was a Detroit Lion from 2006 to 2000. When do you call it? 8. He was on that winless team. Who knew? Let me check. Oh, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, this is still a huge season for the Detroit Lions, nonetheless. And they deserve it. They really deserve it. And they've been waiting so long for a season like this. And then the Cowboys will crush the Commies. And then on a good Thursday night game, in my opinion. Yes, it will be a good Thursday night football game. Oh, it'll be the first time since 1962. I just saw on Pro Football Reference that they will be 9-2 start off the season. But yeah, I got the 49ers beating the Seahawks. And then on Black Friday, it's going to be a good game, in my opinion, in the AFC East. You got the, who do you call them? Jets, upset Free Willy. I got a good feeling about it. Miami almost lost to the Raiders. So you never know. Then Tank Division, we'll get the Tank Bowl theme in a minute. But the Saints are playing the Falcons. I'm picking the Saints. Steelers will unfortunately beat the Bengals. Unfortunately, we'd like to offer our condolences to the Steelers family because Matt Canada just got fired, unfortunately. I know he will definitely be missed here in Cleveland and in Cincinnati and in Baltimore and everywhere except Pittsburgh. That is the first time since 1941 that the Steelers have fired a coach midway through the season. Matt Canada's been that horrible. I mean, he's been great. He's been great for everybody in the NFL except for the Steelers. Oh my goodness. That is really insane to believe. And unfortunately, I got a feeling the Steelers are going to turn it around and pick up a win now. Once again, Browns broke the Steelers. They broke the Steelers psychologically, physically. They broke them in every single aspect you can think of. Yes, sir. Going back. Texans against Jaguars. That's going to be a good game. AFC, or Offensive Rookie of the Year, I should say. And CJ Stroud should win it over the Jaguars. And the Colts will beat the Buccaneers. And now we got not one, not two. We got 3 Tank Bowls. Oh, man, if you don't watch Urinating Tree yet, that's on you. That's not on me. But, yeah, this is what he uses, of course, for the Tank Bowl theme song. But anyways, 3 Tank Bowls. Giants, Patriots. I'm picking the Giants. Titans, Packers. Picking the Titans. Cardinals, Rams. Picking the Rams. Dear God, those are 3 bad games in my opinion. Tank Bowl. Of course, the real Tank Bowl is the Giants, Patriots. Who knows? We might get a greatest game video for that game. And Browns against the Broncos. Who would have thunk it? The Broncos red hot. Russell Wilson has reformed himself. And, of course, the Browns' defense has just been stifling. My goodness. Jimmy Neutron Schwartz is going to win it. And why do I call Jim Schwartz Jimmy Neutron? It is pretty easy once you hear it, because he is a genius. He is a complete genius. Yes, sir. And then the Raiders against the Chiefs, picking the Chiefs. Eagles will beat the Bills. Ravens are my lock of the week on Sunday night. They have the number 1 seed in the AFC. Who would have thunk it? They have the number 1 seed. Of course, the Eagles have the number 1 seed. They're 9-1 on this season. They're the best team in the NFL. Browns, I'm just saying, they're the number 5 seed. They have a date with Miami and Tua and Tyreek Hill. I'm just saying, I'd be scared out of my pants if I'm Tua Tagovailoa, Mike McDaniel, Tyreek Hill. I think they have Sideshow Raheem Mostert, just to name a few. But yeah, and of course, yeah, the Ravens are the number 1 seed, 8-3 on the season. They will play again. They don't have a bye week till when? I'm going to check, because they have not had a bye week yet. Next week is the Ravens bye week. That is kind of hard to believe. And the Vikings on the Sea Bears. I got the Vikings winning that on Monday night. So yeah, it's just been a lot of fun out here. I don't know about you, but if you're a Browns fan, I'm feeling very good about how things have been faring as of late. Because the Browns are doing good. Yes. What a time to be alive. If I can pull up another meme. Where is it? It's about the apocalypse. It is right here. The apocalypse of the Browns Lions being in the Super Bowl. There it is. I would have sent it out to the good folks at WCTV, but I forgot. Because I'm pretty lazy, unfortunately. Anyways, we are done here on the Tommy Maroon Sports Show on WCTV. We'd like to remind you that next week we are talking state championship, national quarterfinals in D3, and more NFL and more Cavs, because always a fun time here on Tommy Maroon Sports Show. So, till next time, I'm Tommy Maroon, thanking you for watching. So long. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a great day. Go Browns.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.